This is my body transformation, and as a busy entrepreneur, I have been able to get in the best shape of my life all from home without sacrificing any time to go to the gym. In this video, I will tell you everything you need for you to achieve the same. About 2 years ago, I went on a trip and it changed my life forever. I remember arriving at the hotel and it was the first time that I truly experienced freedom. You see, I had no one on top of me, no boss telling me what to do, and I completely fell in love with that experience. It made me want to be an entrepreneur. It made me want to have my own business and to travel the world. But you see, there was a problem. I was also out of shape. I was just getting no attention from women whatsoever. I was just getting no respect from men, and I was just sick of that. I remember there was this one day where I went in my washroom, I looked myself in the mirror, and I just hated myself. I hated my body and I hated my life. And that was a moment that it clicked for me. I needed to change. I needed to get in shape because I just couldn't live my whole life like this. So the next day I woke up and I was super motivated to go to the gym. I took the car, I parked the car, and I got in the gym. But as soon as I entered the doors, I told myself that I would never, ever go back to the gym. And the reason why was that it was packed with people. There was a line to go to the bench, the leg press. Every single machine was used, and I just wasted hours out of money, hours that I wanted to focus on my business. So I completely canceled my membership. I bought every single thing I needed in order to work out at home, and I started to work out at home every single day. And truly it was perfect for me because my two goals were met. I was able to get in the best shape of my life. My life went from 10 to 100, but I was also able to focus entirely on my business. When I started to work out at home, I had 2 more hours of deep focus to work on my business every single day compared to when I was going to the gym. This is why if you are a busy entrepreneur, you must work out at home. Going to the gym is simply not efficient. When I started to work out at home, I was also way less stressed, way less anxious because I had one focus on my mind, and that was business. Every single day I was thinking about business. I wasn't thinking about what time to go to the gym so that there would be less people. None of that. My sole focus was business. Now let's talk about what is needed in order to work out at home. When I first started to work out, I had no bench and my workout was simply not good. And the reason why was that I would do a bunch of weird exercise on the floor. I would try to do the bench press on the floor, but it would simply not work. So I bought a bench and my workout were just 10 times better because I had a way to do these movements. So that's the first thing that I bought, is a bench. I also used to train without dumbbells and my workouts were not good at all. I couldn't push myself as hard as I wanted, and the reason why was that I would do a bunch of body weight exercise. I would do the push-up, the leg raise, the squats, which are great exercise, don't get me wrong, but I just couldn't push myself as hard as I wanted, and I didn't gain as much muscle as I wanted. So I bought dumbbells and it just made a huge difference. I was able to push myself a lot harder and I packed on a lot more muscle. So that's the second thing that I bought, are dumbbells. When I was younger, I couldn't even do one pull-up and I was sick of that. I wanted to have better strength. I wanted to have a better body. So I bought the door frame pull-up bar, and truly it is one of my favorite pieces of equipment because it allows me to do the pull-up and the chin-up, and these are 2 great exercises in order to have a better body. So that's the third thing that I bought, is a door frame pull-up bar. I also used to train without mirror and my workouts were not good at all. The reason why was that I had no way to review my movement. I had no way to see if I was doing good form, bad form. I thought that all my movements were perfect, but it was simply not the case. And I had no way to see that. So I bought a mirror and my workouts were just 10 times better because I could review the movement that I was doing. I could make sure that I was doing perfect movement, perfect form, and my workouts were just a lot better from that moment onward. Just real quick, if you are a busy professional and you want more of my personal coaching, go click the link in the description right now and I will talk to you in there. I will make sure that you get in the best shape of your life. Imagine this. I was this skinny guy that was getting no attention from women whatsoever, that was getting no respect from men, and I was just so sick of that. So I started to make some research and I found out about the V-shape, and truly the V-shape changed my life because now that I have that shape, I can attract the kind of woman that I want. I can get the respect from men, and overall I get the respect from myself. In order to have the V-shape, I focused on the back, the upper pec, the side delts, the neck, and the lower abs, and this changed my life forever. Now let's talk about some exercise that I do every single day in order to target these 5 parts of my body. For the back, since I first started to work out, I did the pull-up every single day. And the reason why was that I used to work with a colleague of mine that was very attractive. I had a huge crush on her and I wanted to make her my girlfriend. And one day she told me that she liked big, massive back, and that was the moment that it clicked for me. I started to do the pull-up every single day. But after a month, it wasn't even about my colleague. It was just that I saw such a massive back transformation that I wanted to continue to do that exercise every single day. So that's the first exercise that I do, and I still do it to this day. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of push-up, but I was simply not a fan of that exercise at all because it focused on the lower part of my chest and it just gave me a saggy look. I wanted to have the masculine upper chest. And so what I did is I started to do the decline push-up. I would put my feet on a bench and then I would do the push-up, and it was perfect because it targeted the area that I wanted. So that's the second exercise that I do every single day, is the decline push-up. When I was younger, I struggled a lot to grow my shoulder. I would try a bunch of different exercises and nothing would work. And I was sick of that. I wanted to have big, massive shoulder. I went on a trip with one of my muscular friends and I just decided to ask him, how do you build such massive shoulder? Mine just won't go. And you know what he told me? He told me that he wouldn't train them once like I was doing, but every single day of the week. And so I tried it. I did the lateral raise every single day and I just saw a massive difference. For the first time, my shoulder were growing. So that's the third exercise that I do every single day, is the lateral raise. When I was younger, I used to be bullied by my own friend. And the reason why was that I was the easy target. I looked weak. I had a skin neck and I was sick of that. So I started to make some research and I found out about the neck training. I found out about the neck curls. There's two ways that I started to do the neck curls. I did it on my back, where I would put the weight on the front of my head and it targeted the front part of my neck. And I also did it on my chest, where I put the weight on the back of my head and it targeted the back part of my neck. These are two great exercises in order to have a bigger neck, and I highly suggest you do them because it will just make a huge difference. You will see that your neck grows and you look more masculine. When I was younger, I saw all those men with great genetics getting all the attention from women. But you see, I didn't have great genetics. I didn't have a six-pack. So I started to make some research and I found out six-pack abs workout guaranteed. I would do the workout. It would last 1 hour. I would look at my abs and I still didn't have a six-pack. And the reason why was that I was going about it the wrong way. You see, I trained them once, 1 hour per week, when I was supposed to train them 10, 15 minutes every single day. So I changed my approach. I started to do that, and in 2 months, I had the six-pack. Now what I do are 50 leg raise and then 10 hanging leg raise. I do 2 sets every single day. And the reason why I do these 2 exercises is because it targets the lower part of my abs, and this is the part to target in order to have a six-pack. That is why I do these 2 exercises, and I highly suggest you do them too, because you will just see that in 2 months, your shape completely changed and you have a six-pack. But you see, there was a problem. My workouts were just far too long. My workout would last 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, and I was just sick of that. I wanted to have quick, effective workouts so that I could spend more time to focus on my business. So what I did is I went down to 2 sets of failure in order to make sure that my workouts were fast and effective. And truly it was perfect because my workouts were fast and I was packing on muscle since I was going to failure. But for a week straight, I went down to 1 set to see what I was truly capable of, to see my real potential and failure. And when I went to 1 set, my brain bullied me to push harder, and it allowed me to see what I was truly capable of. So for a week straight, just go to 1 set to see what you are capable of, then go to 2 sets, and you will just see a big difference. Your workout will be effective and you would pack on muscle. Another problem was that I was not constant at all. I would work out for a week and then I would stop for a month. And the reason why was that I knew nothing about how to stay constant until I read that book. The book is called Atomic Habits, and for the first time in my life, I learned about how to stay constant. I learned about stacking habits. I'll give you an example. At 6 a.m. I wake up. From 6:30 to 12, I do my deep focused work. From 12 to 12:30 I eat, and then from 12:30 to 1:30 I work out. You see, I stacked working out on top of something that I do every single day, which is eating, and this just made it a lot easier for me to stay constant. Think about your routine right now. How could you stack working out on top of that routine? If you do that, I promise you'll just be far more constant. Another problem was that my identity was not aligned with my goal. Whenever I would work out, I would push against my identity, and I was sick of that. I knew that I needed to change that. So what I did is I would forcefully put positive thoughts in my mind. I would repeat myself, you are an athlete that is very consistent. I would repeat that, repeat that, repeat that. And of course, at first it was delusional, but then I added proof to this and my identity was rock solid. You must change your identity, because if you don't, the same thing that happened to me will happen to you. Whenever you will work out, you will have these negative thoughts in your mind and your identity will push against your action. So forcefully put positive thoughts in your mind, forcefully change your identity, and it will just be far easier to stay consistent on your workouts. Something that helped me a lot to stay consistent was to stay motivated, because if I'm being honest with you, I absolutely love motivation. I love to be driven to do something. So what I did is I made a list of every single thing that would happen to me once I would get in the best shape of my life. And whenever I didn't feel like working out, I would just come back to that list. I would visualize my life once I would get in the best shape. And every single time I had the motivation that I needed. I would visualize the kind of woman that I would attract to myself, the way I would carry myself, the way men would treat me. And every single time I had the motivation. This is your action step right now. Put pause on this video, take a piece of paper and write every single thing that will happen to you once you get in the best shape of your life. How will women treat you? How will men treat you? How will your confidence look like? Whenever you don't feel motivated, come back to that list, read it, visualize your life once you get in the best shape, and I promise you will get the motivation that you like. You've watched this far of the video. It is time for you to take this action step. What I did is I started to visualize specific moments in my life. For example, each year I go back to the father side of my family for Christmas. I would visualize myself entering the door with a tight shirt on my arm. I would visualize the way they would treat me, the way they would respect me. I would visualize the way I would carry myself, the way men would treat me, and every single time I would just get the motivation that I needed. Now let's talk about diet. When I was younger, I thought that it was impossible to eat healthy and tasty food. But you see, I was completely wrong, and this is the proof. This is a recipe that I cook every single day. It tastes amazing, it is fast and effective, so it is perfect for you as an entrepreneur. Later in the video, I will tell you a pancake recipe that I cook every single day. There was this one day where I woke up and the first thing that I ate was red meat with avocados and a bit of olive oil. Later that day, I started to work out and I just had the best workout ever. And the reason why was because of what I ate. You see, I ate high fat but good fat. And the good fat is the base of the testosterone. It is the base of the hormone. That's why my workout was so good that is because I ate high fat and it allowed me to push myself harder. But you see, when I was younger, I ate a lot of fast food. I ate a lot of McDonald's and I just gained weight, but in fat. And that was not my goal at all. We do not eat McDonald's because whenever we eat fast food, we're basically telling ourselves, I'm accepting to poison myself. I completely stopped eating McDonald's because it made my insulin go up and therefore I gained more fat. That is why we don't eat McDonald's. It will not make you look good, it will make you look fat. Another problem was that I didn't eat enough protein. I would eat 3 eggs in a day and I thought that it was enough. But you see, I would work out and then I would feel sore for 2-3 days and I always asked myself why. But the reason why was that I didn't eat enough protein. I would break the muscle whilst working out, but then I wouldn't repair it by eating the right amount of protein. So I started to eat 10 eggs a day. I started to eat meat every single day and I was packing on muscle way faster. Ideally, you want to eat 0.82 grams per pound of body weight, but if you eat 10 eggs a day, if you eat meat, I promise you'll be on the right amount of protein. Let me share with you a pancake recipe that I cook every single day. The recipe is 1 banana, 3 eggs and a half cup of oats. I put that in the blender, I blend it, I put a little bit of butter in a frying pan, I put the mixture in the frying pan, and it just tastes amazing. Try it and I promise you will love it. It is fast, effective, high protein, so it is perfect for you. I want to shoot this picture because it is a picture of my body transformation and I truly feel proud of that. Now that I'm in the best shape of my life, I can attract the kind of woman that I want. I can get the respect from men and I respect myself a lot more. Once again, if you are a busy professional, I can help you to get in the best shape of your life all from home with my one-to-one coaching. Go click the link in the description right now and I will make sure that you get in the best shape of your life.